Because they really think that. Those people there really think that. And of course, as soon as you walk away, they're going to wonder, should I have fucking left? That was my big fucking chance. I could have gotten the hell out of here, but I didn't. Oh, and you never know. And you hear these stories of people, and you hear these stories about the beatings, and people say, why don't you just leave? Why do these people stay there through all of this? And I mean, you gotta dig that. Like I was saying earlier, you don't have a driver's license. I mean, Sea Org members get paid $46.20 a week. That's your pay. That's your weekly wage. $46.
That's not even. Is that even legal?
Well, because you're part of like a church order.
Ah.
You're basically you're there in an ecclesiastical aspect. You're not there to make money. But I mean, I took out I got a document from the Social Security Administration, and it had my wages listed for the 15 years that I was at Gold. And the average yearly wage while I was at Golden Era Productions was $1,980, and I was working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. And basically, if you split those hours into that wage, I was making 36 cents an hour. That's how much money they're paying the staff members that work at Golden Era Production. 36 cents an hour. In 2008, the China slave labor hourly rate was 30 cents an hour. So staff members at Golden Era Productions are getting 6 cents more an hour than the national, slave labor rate in China. So you don't have a lot of money, basically. That's where that leads to. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have a car. You just paying for gas would put you out of pocket right there. Insurance, maintenance, none of those things. You can't afford that. But I mean, with $46, you basically you have to buy your own personal supplies like soap, shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste. You want to buy a pack of cigarettes. It's all coming out of that $46. So my wife and I, for our anniversary. We went to Denny's for our anniversary at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was our anniversary dinner. A half an hour at Denny's. That's what $46.
Wow, what a celebration.
That's what $46 gets you. So these people, they don't have license, they don't have credit cards, they don't have any money saved up. So when you leave, that's a huge, huge decision that you're making. You're basically saying that I could be a bum if I leave here right now. I'm going to walk out those gates, and I'm going to have to fight my way out at that. And I'm going to have to, I don't have any family or friends I can go to in most cases. Some people do have relatives or friends that aren't in Scientology, so they can go to those people, and that's good. But not a lot of people are like that. These people that have been in the Sea Org for 30 years, they've lost all contact or touch with any family or friends. And they might have even disconnected from them for one reason or another because they didn't support their decision to stay in Scientology. So that's what I try to explain to people when they say, well, why didn't you just leave? Like, why did you stay there for 15 years? Well, that's why. You what are you going to do? I don't even have a high school diploma.
Well, and we know David Miscavige doesn't have a high school diploma, too.
Yeah, I'd say 90% of the kids that are brought up in the Sea Org or within the church, they don't have any kind of degrees or educational certificates.
Sure.
It's so, and the church uses that against you. They tell you, they say, if you leave here, you're going to be a janitor or a bum, or you're going to end up, maybe if you're lucky, you'll end up flipping burgers somewhere. If you're lucky, you'll end up flipping burgers. So it's that kind of weight that's held over your head.
Right.
When people, when I left, I drove off with a motorcycle, a duffel bag, and a suitcase full of my clothes. And that's literally what I had to start a new life at 32 years of age. That was it. Those were all my worldly possessions that I had.
I just thought of something. So we know that they only make, approximately $46 a week, yet these women are having to have abortions. Who's paying for these abortions? Because clearly these women don't have the money to do it.
No, I think in most cases, I'm not sure, but I think in most cases, the girls have to pay for it. I think it's like $150. So they basically have to save like 3 or 4 weeks worth of pay up to be able to go and have an abortion. That's the other thing.
They force you to have it, and they don't even offer you any money to pay for it. So it's coming out of your pocket. I assume there's no medical benefits. You can't get birth control. I mean, that
they can, and they do provide that. I mean, that stuff is, I think in most cases, it's very low cost. If you go through Planned Parenthood, the girls can get those types of things. But I mean, that's another misleading thing about when you sign up for the Sea Org, is they tell you basically you're going to get all your medical taken care of, and all your dental, and all of your birthing and your food, and you're basically told that you're not going to need any money because we're going to provide you with everything you need. And then when you're actually in, the food sucks. You're on a list of about 200 people to get your teeth fixed. If you need contacts, you're on a list of 300 people that need new contacts. And you basically, none of those things get taken care of. And you basically just wait in line, or you just go into apathy and you say, forget it. I'll just spend my own money and I'll go get myself some contacts, or I'll go buy some medicine, or some rash cream, or, it's like the simple things like that you would never think of right now in your day-to-day activities. Those things are like gold to a Sea Org member. Like literally going to Jack in the Box was the highlight of a month while working at Golden Era Productions. That's like literally Jack in the Box. Probably the fact that they built a Jack in the Box like 1 mile from Golden Era Productions probably kept me there another 2 or 3 years, because I'd had something to look forward to at the end of the week. That's the kind of thing that's just, when you leave, you realize, and it's one of those things you ask yourself, why did I stay? Why did I stay there that? I can't believe I stayed that long.
It really, it sounds like it's from another reality, because we live in the United States. I can't imagine there's people who live in conditions like this who don't realize that there's got to be something better out there for them, and that's why this is really so very sick. Do you think people like John Travolta and Tom Cruise, they know that rank and file members are being treated this way?
I doubt it. I mean, I know that Tom more recently knows. Dave basically has been telling him about the things that people that work at the int base have been doing to sabotage Dave's plans and so on. And he's basically been telling Tom, yeah, these guys are scumbags. They're not on board. But I don't think he knows. I don't think that he knows that these people are being paid, 36 cents an hour. I doubt that he knows that. And
how about somebody tell him? Maybe that's what needs to be done. Because, a lot of people hate Tom Cruise now because of all this. He's just a guy. I don't think he's evil like David Miscavige. You knew him. Do you think he's evil?
Well, the more and more I see and hear Tom Cruise on the TV and in the news, the more and more he has become like David Miscavige. When you hear him talking in that video, and when you hear him being interviewed by somebody, he talks like David Miscavige now. He has the same sort of mannerisms. He literally is emulating David Miscavige, and it's scary. It's eerie, in fact. And anybody who knows David Miscavige will tell you the same thing. The new Tom Cruise is a carbon copy of David Miscavige. So I don't think he's necessarily evil, but I think he's definitely been duped into thinking what he's doing is, the greatest good for the greatest number of people. And it's sad that, he's been convinced